If anyone had vision about what was going to happen with the 49ers, they would know the truth that ultimately was revealed today. Trey Lance will get his first career start on Sunday at Arizona because Jimmy G is injured again. He didn't practice today. He hasn't practiced all week. I think they knew this from the get-go. Jimmy Garoppolo tried to declare himself out for this week after the game on Sunday, and Kyle Shanahan got involved, and I think he had a talk with Jimmy G, whose head may partially be made of meat, to say, hey, look, Jimmy, you can't blow our advantage here. We want them to be thinking they may see you, they may see Trey. We're trying to win this game, and that's when Jimmy kind of backed up a little bit, and I think we knew as of Sunday it was going to be Trey Lance, and I'm excited by this. Trey Lance versus Kyler Murray, are you kidding me? I think this is going to be great.
Oh, yeah, it should be. Look, it's going to be Trey Lance versus Kyler Murray 1, and we hope it's the first of a lot of these matchups between these two young and dynamic-looking quarterbacks. I mean, you've got somebody on the opposite sideline right now in Kyler Murray who is one of the front runners for the MVP award. And frankly, I think that Trey Lance could be the shot in the arm that the 49ers kind of need to get things rolling a little bit offensively. I think they've played okay on offense, but of course they've also had a lot of different injuries. And when you're talking about somebody like Trey Lance, it's not just what he can do with his arm, it's what he can do with his legs. And we've seen time and time again, when a guy can come in there at quarterback and make plays with his legs, it brings an entirely different quality to that offense. And we know as well that Kyle Shanahan wants to run the heck out of the football. And that's something that they're going to be able to do with Trey Lance, not just with the guys in the backfield. Trey Lance can bring that kind of energy. And it's something that we saw with, a guy named Colin Kaepernick who played with the 49ers. I think of also with Bob Griffin, with Washington and Kyle Shanahan. And then also you have somebody like Lamar Jackson who came in a couple years ago and then gave a real shot in the arm to that Baltimore offense. It can just make an offense that much more dynamic when a QB comes in and he can run the football like somebody like Trey Lance. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it too.
And I think we need to get our little quarterback cliche checklist out because we inevitably will hear from Kyle Shanahan that it's still Jimmy Garoppolo's job when he's healthy.
Oh, of course.
And, of course, that is subject to change if Trey Lance plays well enough and has shown the kind of development that they were expecting, that they decide to go with Trey Lance. I think they wanted Trey Lance to win the starting job from week one, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo gave Trey Lance opportunities to do so through his own failures. Lance just hadn't gotten to the point where he was ready to seize the job. This is his chance. He goes to Arizona, and he beats the Cardinals and gives them their first loss of the year and gets the 49ers to 3-2. He goes a long way toward winning the locker room. I think that's what it comes down to, winning the locker room. The locker room continued to be behind Jimmy Garoppolo, and I think it still is. And now it's got no choice but to get behind Trey Lance. And if Lance plays well enough, there was a time when you didn't lose your job due to injury in the NFL. You can now. If the second guy comes in and plays better than the first guy, the second guy becomes the first guy, Miles.
Well, this is exactly what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks with Chicago, right? With Andy Dalton and Justin Fields. It's only Andy Dalton's job when he's healthy if Justin Fields comes up and he sucks up the room. And frankly, he kind of did against the Cleveland Browns. But then last week, he played so much better. And one could maybe say that that's because he was going up against Detroit's defense instead of Cleveland's defense, which has been really, really good, especially over the last couple of weeks. But at the same time, it's part of the development of young quarterbacks. You want to see them come in, you want to see them play well, and you want to see them play better than the veteran option that you are replacing by drafting that guy that you also traded up to go get. It's really sort of parallel situations here in San Francisco and Chicago. And frankly, I think that they want Trey Lance to come in there and show that he can be the starting quarterback, not just of the present, but also of the future.
Yes, and it's going to be fun either way to see how it plays out. Jimmy Garoppolo clearly is not the future in San Francisco. The question is when you make that change, when the locker room will accept it, because you have a roster that is ready to compete for a Super Bowl championship, even though they are 2-2. So that's one of the great games now of the weekend. What can Trey Lance do as the starter, and what can the 49ers defense do to slow down Kyler Murray, who is right now the MVP frontrunner, but still plenty of football left to be played?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.